Deca is a motion-controlled arcade game released by Konami, with fighting and shooting attacks by a controller using the player's hand. The controller is a multi-function action controller, including shooting gun action, punching action, throwing action, and driving action. For shooting action, the players can move the controller forward as a gun and shoot enemies like any regular light gun game. For punching action, players can shake the controller for fast punches to beat down the enemies, and use specialized punches such as a straight jab or a hook. Big Buck Hunter, you set out to hunt deer, bucks specifically. The weapon of choice is a pump-action shotgun, and you start out by choosing one of 4 regions of the US, West, Midwest, Northeast, or South. Then you have a choice of 4 stands, of which one is Expert, which determines the difficulty of the shot. Once there, you are faced with 2 or more deer grazing in the area. As the level starts, the deer bolt and you have a very short time to kill the buck. If the buck gets away or you hit a doe, you get a miss. 3 misses and it's game over. If you manage to kill 3 bucks, you get a bonus round, such as quails, where you get unlimited ammo to shoot as many as you can out of a set amount of birds. Target practice, where you have a number of targets to hit, or skeet shooting. No matter the version, the game centers on a player's ability to shoot up to 3 bucks a stage without shooting a doe or female animal, thus ending the player's turn prematurely. Later versions such as Big Buck Hunter Pro and Big Buck Safari also allow for critter shooting and trophy hunting, Safari only. Bobble, also known as Bust a Move, is a 1994 tile-matching puzzle arcade game developed and published by Taito. It is based on the 1986 arcade game Bobble, featuring characters and themes from that game. Its characteristically cute Japanese animation and music, along with its play mechanics and level designs, made it successful as an arcade title and spawned Ain't afraid o' no ghost. When it comes to iconic licenses, Ghostbusters is one name that has long enjoyed the status of legend. The original film provided the perfect blend of comedy and horror that many other films struggled to capture. Now with modern arcade technology, you can zap those nasty ghosts and win tickets in the process. Ghostbusters Arcade is a video redemption game developed by the arcade masters at Play Mechanics, Big Buck Hunter, Terminator Salvation, Aliens Armageddon, MotoGP, etc. for ICE. Players confront ghosts on 2 levels which are based on events from the first 2 Ghostbuster films. They then have to stop the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man for the chance at a big ticket bonus. Welcome to Fright Fearland, originally released in Japan. Tatsugen is a series. Second installment. Rumblefish 2. Tapen Blocks offers players the ability to experience a 3D interactive video redemption game using real-time physics. Players use the interactive hand controller to move and tilt the base side to side as they try to catch and balance falling blocks. By hitting the various win zones, which is accomplished by stacking and balancing the falling blocks, the player is rewarded with tickets. But be careful, dropping 3 blocks will end the game. Using the interactive tray controller, players try to catch dropping blocks and stack them to various win levels. Get to the top to win the bonus. If the player drops more than 3 blocks, it's game over. Virtua Fighter 5 is the 5th installment in Sega's Virtua Fighter series of arcade fighting games. The original version was released on the Sega Lindbergh arcade system board. The first location tests took place on November 26, 2005, leading to the official release on July 12, 2006, in Japanese arcades. An export version, based on version B, was released to arcades outside of Japan in February 2007. The revised version B update was released in Japanese arcades in December 2006 and was ported to the PlayStation 3, for which it was released on February 20, 2007, despite the advertised date of February 23, and was a launch title for the console's European release on March 23, 2007. Version C was released in Japanese arcades in July 2007-13 and was ported to the Xbox 360, for which it was released on October 26, 2007, in Europe and October 30, 2007, in North America. The Xbox 360 version would allow users to compete online via Xbox Live, a feature that was not available on the PlayStation 3 version. While Japanese Arcade received the first major update Virtua Fighter 5R, the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and arcades would get the second update Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown. An enhanced remaster of Final Showdown, titled Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, was released worldwide for PlayStation 4 on June 1, 2021, and Japanese arcades on June 2, 20210. Finally be part of the Winter X Games. Snowcross is the latest racer from Raw Thrills. A 42 LCD panel for HD graphics and a motion seat allows players to feel like they are part of the action. Snowcross has 6 snowmobile racers, 6 killer sleds, and insane custom upgrades. Plus travel the world by riding on 7 intense tracks in France, Antarctica, China, Alaska, Washington, D.C., Moscow, and Colorado. This game is officially licensed from ESPN, and racers are able to perform the same sick tricks as seen in the X Games. Huge airtime gives you even more time to try crazy tricks. Throw snowballs at your opponents to battle for the lead. You can also share your scores to Facebook via personalized QR codes. An ultra-high marquee and a brightly colored cabinet draw in players from across the room. Link up to 8 cabinets together to create a competitive atmosphere. Ion consists of numerous minigames where the player must use the unique fist controller to punch various targets and animals. The controller is very unique, with the game described as a telescopic fist simulator. The controller is essentially a plastic fist enclosed in a clear plastic cylinder, with handles on the sides. Players must aim the tube, and then pull back on the handles to punch. The game is characterized not only by its control scheme, but also by its wacky and over-the-top Japanese graphics. Darius Burst A is a horizontal scrolling shooter developed by Pyramid and published by Taito. 1. Forming part of the Darius series, it was released for the PlayStation Portable December 24, 2009. Like previous Darius games, Darius Burst is an offbeat sci-fi shooter set in outer space with aquatic-themed, typically fish-shaped, robotic enemies. In keeping with tradition, the game also features branching paths instead of the linear progression found in most video games. There are a total of 11 zones in the game, with 5 stages per run. A related arcade game, titled Darius Burst Another Chronicle, was released in December 2010. 2.3, an update, Darius Burst Another Chronicle EX, was released in 2011. An enhanced port of the original game for iOS and Android devices, titled Darius Burst Second Prologue, was released on February 10, 2012, 4 and October 24, 2015 in North America. An enhanced port of another chronicle, titled Darius Burst Chronicle Saviors, was released for PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and Microsoft Windows through Steam in December 2015. Friction was produced by Coast to Coast Entertainment in 2011. Dispatch hordes of robots bad guys depending on operator settings of gore controlled by transforming robot bosses. 3 levels put the player through facilities loaded with destructible objects, shoot barrels, crates and more to gain power-ups such as a machine gun, shotgun or rocket launcher. Gameplay is similar in nature to titles like Area 51, but with modern graphics. Shoot off screen to reload, and the screen flashes with every shot. The game can be set by the operator to maintain high score list indefinitely or reset it every month weekday. It was developed by an independent team in the US called Friction Game Studios. So far it has only been released as a kit in the US that can be installed into any CRT game cabinet JAMA or not, but a full dedicated version with machine guns instead of pistols was released in China. It uses PEEK-based hardware and a unique I/O board designed just for this game. Initial D Arcade Stage 0 is a 2017 arcade racing game based on the Initial D series. It is the 9th and final game in the Initial D Arcade Stage series. Released for the Sega New 2 arcade system board on March 7, 2017. Unlike its predecessors, this game now uses a 6-speed gear shifter, similar to the ones found in the Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune games, as opposed to the sequential ones. The character designs are taken from New Initial D the movie with entirely new BGMs that are rock songs from the film such as Backdraft Smiths, Clutcho, The Hug Me, The Valves, and Deca Green. A small number of Eurobeat songs